Hello, my name. Oh, thank you. Hello, my name is Dana Lee. I am a senior at Stratford High School, and yeah, Stratford, and I was recently baptized. Growing up, I did not go to church since my parents didn't come. They were introduced to SBC when I was young, but they did not come out continuously, and eventually they stopped coming out as a whole. My family friends that went to SBC tried to get me to come out to house church, but I refused to come out. That changed when I started becoming friends with the girls in youth group in middle school, and they asked me to come out to house church. I first wanted to come out to house church because all my close friends were leaving on Saturday night, and I wondered where they went. When I was in 7th grade, Nara invited me out to Zion 2, and I decided to come out since she talked about how loving her house church was. I was hesitant to come out in the beginning since I only knew her, but after the first day of house church, I felt somewhat connected with everyone there. My first house church was filled with laughter, boba runs, and bonding over sharing about typical strict Asian dads. I started coming out consistently, and I felt understood and loved by my house church. I became even more curious, and I asked my friends about Sunday service. I started to come out to church on Sundays, and I decided to go to winter retreat that following year. People around me were asking me about RJM, but I never really thought of seriously attending. I wanted to experience more of what God had planned for me, but when I got back from winter retreat, I was met with yelling from my mom. We had argued over church in the past, but it wasn't as serious. She didn't want me to go to church on Sundays anymore because she thought youth group was too much of a time commitment, and she wanted me to focus on school. I prayed over our relationship, but I felt like nothing progressed. I was doubtful of God's plan for me, and every Sunday was mostly met with arguing, and our relationship took a toll. I was pretty angry at my parents for not letting me come out to church, so I gave up on asking them. I found myself distancing myself from my house church as well, and I didn't have a desire to come out to church anymore because anytime that word was mentioned, it would just cause arguments with my parents. I worked on building my relationship with my parents in high school, and I started coming out to house church consistently again. At the end of junior year, I came out to Sunday service after years of not being at church. It felt strange at first, but it was also refreshing seeing everyone for so long. Even though I felt shallow in my faith, I decided to spontaneously sign up for New Mexico. After talking to PJ, I realized that no one is exactly perfectly ready to attend RJM. I'd been coming out to church, but I tried waiting for the perfect time to sign up. I wanted to sign up for RJM when my spiritual life was at its best, but I realized that I'd been pushing it off for about 5 years. After getting baptized, I'd grown a heart to serve more often and became more involved at church. I wanted to grow my relationship with God. I hoped that I would stay strong in my faith and continue to serve God with a joyful heart. I would first like to thank my adult shepherds for being so loving to our house church and working around everyone's schedules. And I would also like to thank our lovely house church, Zion 2, for always listening to me. For always listening to me and laughing with me about stupid stuff. And my wonderful shepherds, Nara and Aaron, for putting in so much time into our house church. Also, big thank you to PJ for giving me wise words of wisdom during my time of spiritual warfare and supporting me along the way of getting baptized. Thank you for listening.